Welcome to Careless Coder. You may wonder where I've been all this time. Well, I became a porn star, a male porn star. Well, actually, no. I was doing a little special effects gig where I had to make fake gum that was edible and looked really realistic. So I will show you how I did that. This is definitely not going to get monetized. I know that for sure. So every now and then I still get a request to do some special effects. I don't advertise myself as a special effects guy anymore, but you have some old customers that come back. And this is a lady that I worked with ever since I started about 16 years ago. And she now does documentaries. Last year we did the bullet wounds and the blood for her and the fake glass. And she was now working on a other documentary, and she required cum. A lot of cum that could be ejaculated, not from a penis, but from a syringe. Could be ingested, and it had to stand up to close-up scrutiny. And I was like, let's do this. This is going to be fun. So I tried out several recipes before I settled on this one. And this one really looks good. I even mixed up my own cum, my reference, with the one that I made. So initially I started with Metocel. Now Metocel is a methyl cellulose. It's a plant-based product that is used in food processing to make gooey substances, basically gels, edible gels. They used it in Star Wars, for example, for the lava streams in the miniature, in T2 for the molten iron. So yeah, this is a staple in special effects. All of the slime of Ghostbusters, hence I linked to that, is made with Metocel. Metocel is relatively expensive. This cup of 100 grams is about 15 euros. But you get about 3 liters of nice runny slime with this. If you make it thicker, then of course you get less. The problem with this was I couldn't get the color right. So what did I do? I jumped on Google, just like you guys, where you program, for example, and I found this recipe using cornstarch. And I was like, I made some sauces in the past with cornstarch. That actually looks nice, and I can regulate the viscosity by depending on how much water there is, how long I boil, and that base color is nice. So I did that, and I put it on my face, and I look at the camera, and I'm like, nah, it's not really working. I send her the shot, and she goes like, yeah, that's a nice cum shot, but it doesn't really look good. It needs some consistency in there, and it needs to be a bit whiter. I was like, a bit whiter, let's order some white food coloring. And I sprayed that in, and that is the recipe that you will see me make that we ended up using. So let's jump in and have some cum fun. It's like being 15 again. So your cornstarch and warm water. So yeah, I found this recipe online on Google, because we Google also. And yeah, I do like this base color already. This is the base color of sperm. And of course it needs a bit more viscosity, but that's just a matter of stirring. So we stir. And yeah, this looks like cottage cheese. We're going to sift this out, these particulates. That is always, when I make sauces, always the problem. And so I use this fork to break up as much of the lumps as possible, and then we just sieve it through. Now this is my magic ingredient, white food coloring. This is a very potent food coloring, and look at that, it brings that value up. And when I did this, she was excited, like, yeah, this looks good. This looks really good. I was amazed that she was such an expert on what gum looks like, to be honest. So yeah, here we just push it through the sieve, and look at that. There we have it. It has the right consistency. Yeah. And you can thin it out with a little bit of lukewarm water if you want it a bit more runny. But yeah, there you go. Look at this. The viscosity is nice, great. So I can cook this up in no time on set. And look at that. It's even the stringiness. Yeah, it looks exactly like my cum. This could actually be my cum. Ew, I got sticky fingers. And this is the money shot. Wow, thank you, honey. It actually tastes better than mine. Yeah, so cornstarch and some white food coloring. That is all it takes. And you can have a real massive cum shot. I feel dirty. I have to wear this job, don't I? It went up my nose. I just saw the footage back. It is so horrible. This video is not going to get monetized ever. But yeah, it looks really realistic. I now understand why she was so excited when she saw this screenshot. Yeah, so there we have it. It's just cornstarch that we boil to the right consistency. Add some cold water every now and then to get it to that right consistency. Some tiny lumps that get in there really work because they give that highlight and a bit of that bumpy texture. Otherwise it's too uniform. So a little clumps every now and then is good. And the secret sauce is the white food coloring that just brings it up that tad more. And yeah, it's scarily realistic. So why don't you mix up a batch, put it on your face and on your chest, and when your wife goes in, you go, oh, you just caught me. And I wonder what her reaction is. Do film it, please do film it. That will be some really great videos if you completely drenched. Usually you only do this. So there you have it. Fake special effects come. I'm curious about Saturday and Sunday.